how many pairs of socks did you use? So 6, I believe. I changed them after the canal. I changed them after the really boggy section. I changed them in Rauarden car park. I changed them at the Bridge of Orkney. And I changed them at King's House. So however many that was. But essentially, the problem that I was dealing with was trench foot, because I was changing my socks slower than my feet were able to dry. So every time I changed my socks, whilst they were dry, my feet remained, for want of a better phrase, moist, which meant that I kind of developed trench foot. So blisters per se weren't actually the issue. It was the fact that my feet became very, very puffy and trench footy, and then my skin sort of folded in on itself, which meant that then just kind of tore itself from that fold outwards, which kicked off really at the Bridge of Orkney, and what was, a mess for a couple of days afterwards. So that was as a result of the bogginess from basically Mulgai to Drimmen. To be fair, the whole way from Mulgai to Rauarden car park was just so boggy. There was actually a point where I was just below my knee in a bog because my foot had just gone right through it. I had my pole sort of up on a bank and I was trying to pull myself out, but actually just couldn't. And all I could feel was a real aggressive pull on my Achilles as I was trying to get my foot out. It was like 1, 2, 3 minutes of me giving it a go, taking a breath, like holding my breath to try and like squeeze it out of there. And I thought, am I going to have to call them to come and help me out? It was like quicksand in movies. And then eventually I sort of wriggled it out, just kind of pushed through the little pull on my Achilles, hoping it wasn't going to snap, and did get it out of there. But I had to like sidestep down the hills in that section because it was so slippy and slidey and muddy that even with football boots on, I would have just put my foot in and all the ground would have come away from under me. So that was really, really tough physically, mentally, especially because it was pissing down with rain at the time, like torrential rain overnight for 4 or 5 hours on my own. And from that point onwards, I couldn't get my feet dry again, basically. And that's where the trench foot came from. But changing socks feels great and is a huge thing that you should try and do. You should try and keep your feet dry. That's always easier said than done, but it doesn't mean that you should be afraid of getting them wet. But when you get the opportunity to get them dry again, within reason, as long as you're not doing it every 15 minutes, then it's something that would probably help, because I've had trench foot develop through an ultra endurance event now, and it's not fantastic. So there we are. Change your socks, kids. There's your lesson.